Hello and welcome to AntharioN, a new Let's Play I'll be starting. Don't know a ton about this game. I looked at it real fast. Basically, a party-based, like open-world RPG with like this old-school feel and old-school graphics. Before we begin, just a quick note that there will be some disclosure information in the description, so please read those. So I think it's important that we all know where our information is coming from, so please review the disclosure information so you know what's going on. This episode will probably be character creation, so if you hate watching character creation, please do not watch this. Go ahead and hit the like button, wink, and wait for episode 2. But if you love watching character creation, then this is the episode for you. Let's begin. As I said, this is party-based. I've played about 2 or 3 minutes just to get used to the controls. And my favorite thing, something I absolutely love, is that the party follows each other around, like one behind the other. Just like in Earthbound, which is my absolute favorite video game of all time since I was 7 years old, has been my favorite. And so the characters kind of follow each other around, except the graphics are a bit different, so it looks a little different, but I think it's absolutely great to see all your party instead of just like one person out of the 4. So we get to control who we have. The class. There are Ranger, the 3 types of wizards. We can kind of assign our own points. Warrior, Thief, Sage, Fighter, and then we're back at Ranger, I think. Yeah. Alright. The class is going to decide our skills. Otherwise, unless we pick custom, we don't get to mess with our skills at all. Which I really like. We don't have like points that we can add to stuff. It's just, you're this class, this is what you get. And then our race is going to affect our attributes. So we have human, a Felmer, so a subterranean race of misfits. Orcs, elves, necrophiles, a magical race, the undead. Wolfkin, where did I start? I started with human, right? And then we have, of course, male, females, and different types of skins for each of the races. So that's what we have to work with. Let's begin. I really have no idea what kind of characters I want. I mean, I have an idea of what I want. I have an idea of names, but since I have no idea what the game is, like how open world it is, I'm just gonna build classes on what I think will be fun. So I think to lead us around, I don't know if you can switch these out, or like if this person is always in the lead, but I couldn't figure out a way to switch them. So I think our leader is going to be just a big ol' warrior. I think that just, I think. We'll come back to him. I'm just doing classes for now. Then we'll do race, gender, and the looks. I also want a thief, just so I can steal lots of things. So we have lockpicking and pickpocketing. What does the warrior do? So big old 2-handed weapon. I'm fine with that. A wizard. I want a black wizard because I might play this game kind of, if it allows us to. I want to play it kind of like, I don't want to say evil, but I don't really want to just go in there and be like typical heroes. If I can do mean things, I'm just going to do it just for fun. I don't know, we'll see what kind of situations arise and how I think our characters will react. We'll see. But Black Wizard is focused on cutting their foes with a vast repertoire of offense. Oh, it doesn't have to do with good or bad. It's just, what is this? Bend the world around their will, protect themselves, and offensive spells. Maybe Grey Wizard, just because I have no idea what that is. So we have Grey Magic. Okay. And so what do we have? Thief, Grey Wizard, Warrior, and there's a Sage. I didn't know what that was. The Sage relies primarily on deep arcane knowledge from feats of potion mixing. I love alchemy and I love lore. I was actually going to do like a custom class and just crank up the lore, but I like that that's basically what I wanted, was a lore potion maker. Not someone who's really going to be good at like fighting, and that's fine with me, but someone who just sits in the back and while everyone else is like killing whatever enemies come up. I have no idea what we're fighting in this game. So we'll let our warrior and these three kind of like kill, and this person's just gonna chill in the back and just like mix potions and then pour them on the other people while they read a book. And I just think that's gonna be really great. So let's focus on our sage. I think a sage is, of course, going to be... who's really good at making potions? Probably this undead. Yeah, that's why he's so good at lore, because he's just been living undeadly. No, he's been unliving for so long. I have no idea what stats. He has some... he has bad dexterity and... Wait, what? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really looking at attributes. I'm just kind of picking based on what I want. So, yeah, he has some intelligence. That's fine. Not, yeah, whatever. I don't get too concerned with stats when I play RPGs, which is one reason I never liked Dragon Age. Sorry if that offends anyone, but you kind of had to be like super stacked, and I didn't like that. I want to just play the character I want to play. So hopefully this game is forgiving a little bit in that. Our wizard should be a... What is it? I think the necrophiles are cool. Just because I've never heard of that race before. Or a human wizard. I always like to have a human. Just, I don't know. Why not? So necrophile gray wizard. What? A magical race unknown to all but their creators. Alright, sure. We have intelligence, which are spell points. I guess that makes sense without even trying. Yeah, a necrophile gray wizard. We'll come back to gender and looks. We have a thief. I think a human thief would just be fine. I like that. And then warrior. Let's do a Felmer because... I don't know, because I don't know what it is. Subterranean race, looked upon with suspicion. Felmer tend to make living as criminals and bandits. They make excellent thieves and archers. Well then, it's going to make the perfect warrior for our game here. So we are going to have this little... I want to say it looks kind of like a cat, but I'm sure I'm wrong about that. Let's do male, female, female, male. Sure, why not? So a male warrior, a male... What do the female Felmers look like? Right? They kind of look like cats, don't they? So let's do that. Let's do a female Felmer. Ooh, that looks like this one. I kind of like that. Phase 5, yes. So there's our vicious warrior. Wait, strength? Oh, I don't like that at all. Their stats change with gender, and I don't like that the female gets less strength. I don't... Huh. Not a fan. Not a fan of that little thing. So anyway, I really don't want to choose a Felmer just because it gives us better stats, but a female Felmer is going to give us 5 strength. So we're going to have to stick with male. That's weird. And Constitution? That's a... This is the worst class we can probably pick for warrior, which is why we're doing it. Alright, so if it's game breaking, we'll like start over. Whatever, if it's game breaking, well, it shouldn't be, right? Hopefully. Alright, we're going to do a female thief, and her face is going to look like... Face is going to look like... I like that gray-haired one. Yes. Yes, the wizened old thief. Never putting the lockpicks away. Oh, I didn't pick a face for this person. So, our male Felmer is going to look, yes. These two are actually married. Did you know that? Yep, male Felmer, male human, kind of shunned by society. Both wizened and old in their old... Wait, they're both old in their old age, yes. Living happily together wherever they live. Alright, so, Grey Wizard, Necrophile. Sure, female's fine. Oh, yeah, sure. Phase 4, 5, 1. Should she be... I don't think they all need to look old. Maybe, let's see, gray wizard should have gray hair. Or black hair like this. Yeah, I like that face. Yeah, face 3 looks great. And our undead sage. Okay, male's fine with me. Actually, kind of like the undead female's a little better. Let's do that. Stat-wise, they have more wisdom. I don't know what that does. Anyway, face 1, 2, 3, 4. Eye patch. Yes, we're going with the eye patch. So our sage is only going to be reading and brewing with one eye, which makes sense. I know that actually does make sense. That's just a phrase I use for some reason. And then we can have... You know what? Doing it. All females. And we're going to have this 5 strength warrior, and hopefully we can change attributes as we go and just crank her strength up and show the world, you know what? Just because I'm a female filmer doesn't mean I can't kill everything with a two-handed melee weapon. So we're going to go with... Which one did I have? I like this one, right? So never mind, there's no marriage anymore. The guy she was married to, like, just ran away. So, okay, so we have a female filmer. Oh boy. Names. This is the worst part of character creation. Female filmer, let's see, what do we know about her? We know she's a female, we know she's a filmer, we know she has face 5, and she's a warrior. She looks like a cat. Doesn't she look like a cat? Am I wrong in that? I have a cat, by the way. I have to point out, because I have to talk about my cat all the time. My cat's name is Gruber, which I understand is like a male name, but I don't care. We're gonna do it. Gruber, or we could do Grubes? No, Gruber. So if you don't like my cat, which you should like my cat, then you can also think of Gruber as the villain. I think the villain from Die Hard, which of course everyone loves Die Hard. So Gruber, the female filmer, even though I understand Gruber sounds like a male name, but we can change that by giving a female the name Gruber, and then we'll always forever think of Gruber as a female name because we once saw that Let's Play that Moose did on AntharioN with the female filmer. So, does that make sense? Yes, got it? Alright, we're moving on. So, this is what we have. We have a lot of spell points. Does everyone have that many spell points? Okay, our warrior has the least amount of hit points. And, wow. A lot of action points, though. Maybe that makes a difference. No idea what these do. Gruber, great. Player 2, Thief. She steals a lot. She lockpicks. What else do we know about her? Pickpockets. We could do Lock and Pock. We could do... She's a human, so she's going to have a human name, like Sue or Sally or Thief. What's a really thievy name? Swan. Yes. Her name's gonna be Swan. I once went to a college. Surprise. I went to a college that had swans, and they are the most vicious birds, by the way, now that I have this name Swan in front of me. Swan! Because swans are evil. I mean, they attack little children. Seen it happen. They're not nice. And Swan, the human thief, is not nice. Look at her face. Gruber, Swan. We have a Grey Wizard Necropheel. So we can name it Grey Magic. We can name it like Miss Grey, but that'd be like maybe boring, maybe too obvious. Maybe Necropheel. What kind of names do Necrophiles have? I have no idea. We're gonna name her. Let's see, we have Gruber, Swan. Maybe something with a W, so I remember that this is our wizard, and we're gonna name it Y. Wix. Wix. Because that's a lot of letters at the end of the alphabet. That's why. That's the only reason. Wix. So we have Gruber, Swan, Wix. I'm actually really like pleased with these names. I had all these names, preconceived names, but I like forgot that there were females in this. Like I just always make male names in my head, and then I always get to like females. I'm like, so that's why I'm kind of trying to come up with names on the fly. And I think it's going pretty good. So we have our Sage. She reads a lot. She brews a lot. Hopefully, or at least does it well. If not in huge quantity, at least in great quality. And these three refer to her as no, I have no idea. I would love a randomize button. You know how that like some games have randomize, like and they'll have like a different list for like undead and a different list. That'd be cool. Just kind of get the brain going a little bit, and I really don't know. Having a hard time. So Gruber, Swan, Wix, love all those names, and we're gonna name her. You know what, we're doing it, Paula. Just a little homage to Earthbound, just because I have that. There's like that one tiny little element of the people walking behind each other that reminds me kind of Earthbound. Let's throw a little homage to Earthbound because I love that game. So we're gonna name her Paula, obviously off of Paula from Earthbound, who is the second character you get in the town of Tucson. And she's kind of the prayer magic dealer you get. Okay, Gruber the warrior. Yeah, we're gonna crank her strength up. Let's show the world what Gruber can do is gonna be her theme song. Swan, who can pickpocket and doesn't have the best dex, but whatever. She's wise beyond her years. And Wix the wizard, who is slow and not very dexterous, but boy oh boy is she a smarty. And then luckily Paula has enough wisdom to make alchemy. So hey, I think we got our party. We're gonna start so we can save it, and then again episode 2. Nestled deep within a far away corner of the cosmos was a small lush world that would come to be known by its inhabitants as AnatharioN. After a long civil war spanning thousands, that is a long civil war, thousands of years, AnatharioN was united, ushering in an unprecedented era of peace and prosperity. We have a nice little village in the distance. The clouds are actually rolling by. I kind of thought this was a still image, but no, the clouds are gently rolling. Thank you for that. Some more clouds. But recently, clouds had begun to gather on Antharion's horizon. A dark and unnerving energy took hold of the citizenry. While no one was sure just what it was, everyone seemed to have sensed its presence. Without any warning, the sleepy village of Shadowbrook was attacked and completely annihilated. That's quite the scene. You see like a little hand in the doorway, by the way. I want to point that out so you don't miss that. That's cool. The destruction of Shadowbrook led to a climate of fear and unrest across the land. Looking down in the well now, deep below the village of Shadowbrook was a dungeon where criminals condemned to death would wait their untimely fates. During the attack, the prison's guards rushed to the surface to defend Shadowbrook, leaving behind 4 unguarded prisoners. An hour later, when the guards still hadn't returned, one of the prisoners decided to use a rusted nail she'd hidden away to pick her cell's iron lock. I'm just assuming these 4 are us, so she would be, who's our thief? Is that Swan? Oh, Swan. Get us out of here, Swan. Come on, Swan. And look where we are. Ooh, I'm excited to actually get at this game. Yeah, this, like, see they follow around each other. I think that's so cool. They have, like, shackles on, which actually, well, I can show all this next time since I told people that this was just going to be character creation. So, Next time we are going to come back to Gruber, Swan, Wix, and Paula, and we are going to tear apart this dungeon. And yeah, we can kind of do our like evil mean thing because they're prisoners, so I'm assuming they've done evil mean things to be here. I don't know, we'll find out. Hey, thanks for watching. That's going to be our episode for now. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and or subscribe. That's always appreciated. Otherwise, have yourselves a very nice day.